Welcome to the Bama Bo Show. I am your host, Bama Bo.
He's a good man. He's God-fearing as long as the tide is winning.
All right, let's get right to it. I posted last week that I was going to have Jerome on this show, and Twitter blew up. So here we are, Jerome. Welcome to the show. How are you?
Hey, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure, Bama Bo, and I'm doing fine today. And this is something I've been looking forward to, and let's get it going.
Jerome, I was thinking, with your personality and my personality, this thing is probably going to go off the rails really fast.
Well, that's what we're looking for. We're looking to get out, engage, and have some fun, create a new show, and the biggest thing is we just want to have fun with our Twitter followers.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Everybody on Twitter knows how much I love them. I love Twitter. And I love
I
my
love it
Twitter.
too.
Yeah, I love the Twitter friends. And I don't know if you saw this. I mean, everybody knows by now, I'm sure, that you and I are about to kick off a really cool show together that will,
Oh yes.
yeah, that we're going to have a lot of fun with. And the ultimate goal, and I don't mind saying it, is that what we're going to end up doing is you and I've talked about it. We're going to take calls. We're going to have people engaged. We're going to, hopefully have ourselves on the screen, whatever. This is going to be awesome. Live show. And get people really involved. And I think that's super cool. So as you know, I posted on Twitter, what can we name this show? And we've had a lot of fun with that this week.
Well, I tell you, I've been sitting back watching, and I tell you, they came up with so many different names, engaging. And one of the ones, J-Bo, I mean, when I was surprised when I think Kelly, I want to make sure I get it right. Kelly mentioned J-Bo, and I tell you, that's something that stuck with me. But Bama Bo, whatever name it comes up with, we're going to make it work.
Oh, absolutely. Did you see the one where, I can't remember who put it now, but put all those stars names? You know how they do the
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I was laughing hysterically. I mean, they were coming up with some classics. And I like the
Well,
J-Bo. I like J-Bo.
well, better them than me because, I was stuck, and the first thing came to my mind was J-Bo. For whatever reason, just J-Bo. But you know what? I'm open to whatever they come up with. I'm just looking forward to it.
It rolls off the tongue pretty easy. So I'm happy with
Oh,
it.
yes.
We'll see. We'll see. That's still in the works, but we both, I think, kind of like that name, so we'll see where it takes us. And so yeah, so here's the thing. All right, for people to know, so we're going to launch a new show. Hopefully, you and I are going to definitely keep doing something together until this new show is ready. But
Oh, yes.
we're going to launch a new show here in fingers crossed, toes crossed, the next few weeks. And we're going to kick this thing off before football season, and it's going to be a blast. And we want all of our Twitter friends engaged. Jerome, you
Yes,
hear me?
we
You hear me, Jerome?
Listen to me. I'm with you 100%, and I tell you, this is something we need after the football games, waiting on the Monday morning shows. Once the football games go off, we want to be able to go live, take calls, get your feedback, have fun, talk foolishness, as I say. But it's all about engaging with the Twitter people and the football fans this year.
Yes, 100%. So
100%.
yeah, so now that everybody knows where we're going with that, why don't we let's bring a little content if you're up for it. Let's bring a little content. You want to talk about
Okay, then, I got a question for you. What was your big take from the SEC Media Days this week?
My big take, and I was there. That was so cool. I was there. I got to walk up down Radio Row and get a sense from everything. My biggest take was that, and listen, I wasn't the only one. The buzz around the entire radio crew and all the media was that this team is, if they're not in the championship game, something's bad wrong, because this team's focused. They were, I mean, it was a feel in the air, Jerome. Like, I can't even explain it. Like, Jerry Judy walked right past me, and he was nice, don't get me wrong, but just that focused. You know how they do that. Focused.
Yeah.
Dylan Moses was the same way. And so I thought that was one takeaway. Another one was, and this has been the hot topic today, and I'd love your opinion. So a lot of topic on the radio today was, was it right or wrong that Saban kind of, went after his ex coaches, by saying that, they were looking ahead and did not preparing the players and all that. And he did say something along those lines. But you know what I thought about that, Jerome? I
What's
thought, and people were saying, well, maybe he shouldn't have said that. The coaches should take, all the responsibility. And he did right after the game. Right after the game in January, he took responsibility. But I think, how Saban is. Everything he says is a message.
It's a lightning rod.
Everything he says is calculated. Jerome, I thought when he said that, the first thing that came to me was that was a message to his new coaches. He is not going to lose another championship because of this. This is a message to the new coaches that come December, this better not be a problem again because it's already cost him too. That's what I thought.
You know what? I agree with you, and I also kind of heard the message. You know what? Last year, a lot of coaches was just more focused on the individual goals.
Sure.
I don't know if I don't know if it was a lot had to do with the coaches. We had a lot of injuries. We lost, and you know what, Bama, we lost a lot of guys to the NFL. And Clemson brought back a lot of guys. But Saban's message to me was, like you said, he's determined this year. He has to get his team back to the playoffs. Had to get his team back in that national championship game with Clemson. And you know what? We owe them.
Oh,
we
God.
owe them.
Oh.
So listen, this whole message is directed toward Clemson.
No, you're
Y'all
right.
ass belongs to us. Excuse my language, but they belong to us.
No, I mean you're absolutely 100. You're dead on it.
We pissed.
And you know what? We're going to take it out on Duke, and we're going to take it out on all these teams because I'm telling you, there is fire in this team. And Saban said, we're getting back to the Alabama factor. And you know what that said to me was one word, Jerome: physicality.
Well, you know what? We needed. We lost physicality last year. We was a very, very good football team. But you know what? Certain games, whether it was the Mississippi State game, the Georgia game, you can speak for a little bit on the Oklahoma game, especially the Clemson game, we got manhandled.
That's right.
We got manhandled, and the only way we're going to win a championship in Tuscaloosa, we're going to have to play physical football. We're going to have to get back to that Alabama way, and the only way to get back to it is to dominate the line of scrimmage.
No, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And I think just along those lines, while we're on that topic, I think Saban has recruited. Look at the past 2 or 3 years, how he's recruited and how he's looking to in the next recruiting area, the next class.
Yes.
It's already D-line. It
has to be. It has to be because we're losing them so quick to the NFL. And that's the difference. That was the difference last year. Clemson pretty much came back intact defensive line. They was ready. They built on that the whole off season. They had no issues. We had problems stemming from the draft, injuries, fall camp, coaching. So we was pretty much playing with our hands tied all year long. No excuses, as they want us to say, but it is what it is. We got our tail handed to us last year.
And you know what? I don't know about you, but I didn't like that.
You know what? You didn't like it. Listen, I can't even go to Twitter or listen to Finebaum without them saying something about us getting our tail whooped or Clemson past Alabama. I just refuse to listen to it or just stroll past it on Twitter. So I cannot wait till football season starts. I cannot wait.
Oh no, I mean that's the thing. Is you're like me. You're so passionate about it, and that game was. I don't even want to relive it anymore, Jerome. I mean, we just we lost the game. So this is a new season. This is a new team, and I'm gonna tell you something. This team on a mission, and that mission's got Clemson written all over it.
You know what? We should play how many games this year? 15?
Yep.
And all 15 of them need to mirror Clemson. When we get on the field against Duke, we need to picture Clemson across the field. No matter who we play next year, they need to put in their mind and instill in their brain that it's Clemson, and for what all we're going to do is based on Clemson. So I tell you what, I'm looking forward to this season to get here. The team is looking forward. And I tell you what, I think the fans are more looking forward to it than anybody in the
No kidding. I mean,
the fans is ready.
You make a good point talking about mirroring. I mean, they need to play New Mexico State, and they need to look over there and see Clemson. I don't care.
You're right. They need to see Clemson. I don't care what they do. It needs to be Clemson. Clemson pretty much, I'm not going to say they destroyed our perfect season last year, but nothing we did last year means anything because Clemson showed us a different light last year. So that has to be corrected. And I'm with you 100%.
Exactly. We got to go in there. Look, I want them players, and this is just me, Jerome. I want them players hanging that national championship of Clemson's all in their dorms or their rooms or whatever.
Wow.
I want
We
them.
need to. The locker room. Listen, the locker room need to be painted orange. The weight room need to be orange. The football field need to be orange. The jerseys need to be orange. We just need a reminder that Clemson flat out kicked our ass. Excuse my language, they kicked our ass, and we need to be reminded of that.
I think on the scout team quarterback, they need to put a blonde wig on him. and and just be done with it. I think it needs to be Trevor Lawrence, and just everything needs to be a reminder. Because look, I don't forget. Do you remember how Clemson treated us when they won? When they put them tombstones out there?
Wow.
I'm still mad about that, Jerome.
Well, I'm pissed off about it, but I'm gonna tell you something. We're gonna put that 40-16 tombstone they got out there. We're gonna give them some more tombstones. Just keep it right there. We can't say much. Clemson did what they did. I can't do nothing but respect it. But I promise you, once that game get here and it's over with, I can't be quiet then. But right now, I don't have no fuel to talk. I can't, but I got to deal with whatever they dish out right now.
That's the sad part, Jerome. We kind of just got to bend over and take it. That's
We
what I
gotta
feel
take
like.
But we're not used to taking it, though. They laugh at us, though. We're not used to taking it. Clemson is not used to winning on this level.
No.
I don't care what they say and how they say it. They just got here. They 2-2 against Bama, but they kind of want to narrow it down to 3-2, whatever. But it's 2-2. Yeah. We're not used to losing like this.
No.
No.
We
lose a football game in the middle of the season, we can deal with it, but we're not used to getting embarrassed like we got embarrassed. We're used to doing the embarrassing.
Yeah, we are absolutely used to doing the embarrassing. And, so, like, I was thinking about media days when people were saying, everybody was focused on asking Saban about that Clemson loss and this and that. You know what's funny about that, Jerome? What else can you ask him about? We don't lose very often.
You can't ask him about nothing.
No, I mean, that's the only game.
We're not used to you.
No, we're not used to it at all. And then the next day they come running in, rolling in Gus Malzahn on his 8-5 or whatever. What they gonna ask him about? What?
The same thing, losing. All he do is lose. That's it. But you know what? But they always turn in the corner. This is best team ever, and we got this quarterback. Man, listen, that's gonna be the most ridiculous football program, a clown show this year. I wouldn't be surprised, Bama boy, if he's gone for the season over.
Oh, listen, if they don't beat Oregon, he might as well pack up.
If they lose that football game, he's fired probably within the next couple of weeks.
Oh,
he won't make it through the year if he loses that football game.
I agree 100%. Because look, here's what we hear. We hear on the radio. Auburn's defense is going to be fantastic this year. Oh, and by the way, one of the guys on the radio has their new quarterback, this Bo Nix, up for the Heisman.
Yeah, whatever. Well, you know what? It's hard to disagree because of what the Trevor Lawrence and the Tua's done and the Jay From's done over the last couple of years, but I just don't see that kind of chemistry, that type of player. I don't think Auburn have that type of team for all that to come into play.
No,
I just don't see it.
And that's such a good point. It's about the team. Because they hadn't got a running back to name. They hadn't got wideouts to name. It's not just about one guy. I mean, you got to have a team.
It's a team thing, and that's why Bama, that's why Clemson is doing it such a good. That's why Georgia. That's why your championship caliber team, it's a team thing. It's not an individual. It's a team thing. And right now, Clemson and Alabama is doing it to the best. They're the best that they're doing it.
Absolutely.
So I don't see Auburn. I don't see Bo Nix, Gatewood. And then, speaking of team, Georgia, what's your take on Georgia this year?
I don't know that I don't know that Georgia has. Look, I don't think they've solidified themselves. I really don't. I don't think that Georgia. It wouldn't surprise me if everybody seems to forget that Georgia got their panties handed to them by LSU.
They did. They did.
They
And
did.
you know, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna expand on that. Georgia's not. They're not there yet, in my opinion, and I think I could see them easily losing a game or two. I really do.
Well, I can see that too, and I tell you this right here. Coaching is gonna be Georgia's biggest issue. We can already see that the last couple of years.
Yep.
Kirby, I'm a diehard Alabama fan, but Kirby should have him at least one, possibly two national championships. He should have them already. But the coaching to where Nick Saban, and see, that's what's so crazy about it. Alabama has beaten Georgia the last couple of years with not the best of Alabama teams.
No.
They've been patchwork. So many different coaches come through, but Georgia they had consistency in the coaching. They had talent all across the board. I don't see it happening this year with no receivers coming back.
Nope.
Oh, wow. I can see this being an ugly year for Georgia when it comes to certain teams. You know, I think Florida may give them – I don't think Florida should – if Florida beat Georgia, it's a problem with coaching because talent, Georgia should win that game.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And look, and Georgia will probably roll in winning the East. You know, I don't see the competition over there. But the problem with Georgia, and it's just so funny you said that about Alabama playing them, because I just said this on the radio today. I said, look, Georgia caught Alabama twice in weird situations. But let's just talk about the most recent one. So that was probably the worst game Alabama had played in a long time. Like that Georgia game. And let's not forget, I mean, at one point, I really thought we were going to be wheeling Tua out there in a wheelchair. And it was that bad. And it was bad. And then we had receivers doing real uncharacteristic things, dropping ball. You didn't typically see that. We didn't play well at all. So my thing is, this is a coaching problem because if Kirby couldn't find a way to win that game when we were the worst we had been.
Yeah. If he can't win those, he's not going to win it when Saban come in clicking on all cylinders.
Exactly.
And it's not going to happen this year, Bama boy. If this team in Tuscaloosa turns out to be what I think it is and what the coaches may think it is, and Georgia got issues on the D-line, they got issues with the receivers, and, you know, truth be told, Swift is a very good running back, but he's not healthy all year long.
No.
I don't know what's behind him as far as Zion White and Cook, but they're basing it on Swift, and I don't think Swift is going to stay healthy all year long to do anything. So I just don't – if Georgia don't do it this year, it's going to be issues for the next couple of years because of their quarterback that's coming in behind Fromm. I don't see them having one. They want to say Carson Beck. I don't believe in that. I don't.
And Georgia's got, look, you know, I mean, just to be real here, Georgia's got quarterback depth issues. Well, who's behind Fromm now? Yeah. And then look at Clemson, same way.
We all have it.
But what happens if Trevor Lawrence goes out? Those guys are in worse positions. That's my point. They're just in worse positions than we are as far as quarterback depth.
Well, we all are in the same predicament, but just like anything else, Alabama is the only school that we focus on. That's true. Alabama's going to be the only school that moves the needle when it comes to conversation. Georgia's not going to move the needle when it comes to conversation. Clemson is not going to move the needle when it comes to conversation as far as reaction. But yet, if you throw it out there, Alabama backup, you got the world news, you got all 12 conference teams, you got every conference in the country trying to tell you, yeah, you're not going to win it because of this. So Alabama is still the measuring stick for whatever is out here. Clemson is just a champion right now.
Good point. That is a really good point.
We just have to deal with it.
That's a really good point, Jerome.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what? You know what's so funny? I can already tell right now that we're gonna have a ball because I'm already like I'm excited right now, and I wasn't even excited an hour ago. Like I am just totally excited because this is gonna be super cool. We're gonna have so much fun doing this.
Well, we're gonna have so much fun, Bama Bowl, because we're gonna be able to have the fans call in, engage with us, talk football with us, and we're gonna be able to build long-lasting relationships with the caller, especially Twitter. Because see me, I have so much to say when it comes to reaction on Twitter, but I can't tweet it that fast. but I tell you what, if you call me and I tell you I'm going live, you give me a call, I can tell you what you want to hear, or I can respond to what you want to say. But I tell you, it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it. We're going to create this, and we're just going to have fun every time we say, hey, welcome to the J-Bo Show.
Oh. I love it. I love the sound of that. This is going to be awesome. And you know what? That might just be a perfect spot to end this because that was brilliant. We're just going to have fun with the J-Bo Show.
Well, I tell you what, we're going to end it, and we're going to say roll tide to that. And we looking forward to all the callers to reach out and tell us what they think, our input, and just give us some ideas and things that we can do to bring this to fruition.
Absolutely. Well, on that note, hey, we'll end it right here then, Jerome. This has been a ball. I'm glad you came on, and I think everybody's going to love having you. So, roll tide, and we'll holler soon.
Have a blessed one and roll tide.
All right. Thanks, Jerome. That was an awesome conversation with Jerome, and we got a lot to look forward to with the stuff that Jerome and I are going to be doing together. So please stay tuned for that because this is going to be a lot of fun. So, as always, special thanks to Soul Street Coffee, the coffee of the Bama Bo Show. You can look them up on Twitter, give them a follow. It's at Soul ST Coffee. You can go to their website from there, soulstreetcoffee.com. They've got fantastic coffee. I have liked every bit of it. You will too. Also, special thanks to Title Towel, the towel of the Bama Bo Show. Look them up on Twitter at Title Towel. It'll take you to their website, whitwillsports.com. Get you some Alabama gear. You will thank me later. And a special thanks to Darren Duke for lending me his song, as always. Look him up on YouTube. Give him a follow there. It's at Capindedo. Capndedo. Look him up there, Capindedo. A lot of great music there. So until next time, roll tide and peace out.
Went south for game 2, the rematch against LSU for the battle on the bayou in New Orleans. Now listen, fans showed up from miles around to watch a freight train mow a honey badger down to a familiar sound in that Cajun town. The same rammer, jammer, yellow hammer, yeah. Give 'em hell, Alabama, yeah. And he's a good man, he's got fear in, as long as the tide is winning. It's in his blood and it runs down to the bone. From his t-shirt from 92 to his faded deuce, his loose tattoo. He'd ask for a look and you just knew he's crimson through and through. He's a member of the Saban Nation, cut his teeth on